Hi, welcome back to our morning view. Last weekend we went over to Walla Walla, Washington, and we wanted to share some of our adventures from our trip over there. Walla Walla is most famous for their Walla Walla sweet onions. Walla Walla has an up-and-coming wine industry. They have a number of great world-class wines, and we had an opportunity to visit a few of them. Come along and enjoy some of our adventures. We are Ron and Shannon. In 2020, while we were living the American dream, we realized it was not our dream. We decided to make a change. If you want to learn about RV traveling while we explore new places, how to prepare for full-time RV living, and all things to make RVing fun, easy, and exciting, then click subscribe and ring the bell, and let's enjoy our morning view.
Here in Walla Walla at Blue Valley RV Park. Nice little park. We'll give you a little tour of it and a little bit better description a little bit later. The reason we're in Walla Walla is we're doing some wine tasting. Washington has some amazing wines. So we did this a couple years ago, and we're doing it again this year. We are hiring a driver. She will drive us around today and tomorrow. Most of them are just beautiful. We'll bring you along and enjoy the amazing scenery.
One of the wineries that we had an opportunity to go to was Doubleback Winery. Their owner, you may be familiar with, it is Drew Bledsoe. He played in the NFL. He grew up in Walla Walla, and when he finished playing in the NFL, he decided to double back to Walla Walla and give back to the community. He has a fabulous winery, beautiful location, and he does a lot of philanthropy work in Walla Walla.
Downtown Walla Walla, he also has his line of Drew Bledsoe Family wines, which is some of my favorite. One of them is the Bledsoe Family wine, which actually comes in a square bottle. So if you get an opportunity, I would highly suggest stopping by and visiting the Bledsoe Family wine. So another stop we made was at Garrison Creek Cellars. It is a up-and-coming winery that used to sell just online, but they've gotten so popular now that in order to get their wines, you pretty much have to join their club. So we'll enjoy their wine, and when you visit their winery, you can buy their wine.
And enjoy the beautiful view.
It's some of the most beautiful scenery out there.
Their winery is absolutely beautiful.
Blue Valley RV Park is located in Walla Walla, Washington, about a mile from the town center. It has 60 back-in sites at $45 a night. It has 20, 30, and 50 amp service, water, sewer, and Wi-Fi along with cable. Very close, within walking distance, is Veterans Memorial Golf Course. Although I haven't played it, it looks like a nice course at a reasonable rate. I highly recommend this campground if you're visiting Walla Walla.
So a little bit of history about Walla Walla. They are most famous for the Walla Walla sweet onions, which you may have heard of. They are, I believe, out in August. I always forget, but I'm always so excited when I see them in the store. They are absolutely delicious. The other thing that Walla Walla is famous in Washington for is they have a local they have a penitentiary. So that is kind of what they're on the map for in Washington. So Ron and I have been over to Walla Walla twice now. Both times we focused in on the wine tasting. However, there are other things to do. Walla Walla has a booming agricultural business. Not only do they grow onions, but they also are a large wheat producer, and not far from there, they also produce a lot of lentils. There's also a number of historical sites surrounding information regarding the Whitman family massacre that happened, I believe, back in the 1800s. And one of these days when we are over there, we're going to check that information out and learn more about it.
So if you get a chance, I highly recommend checking out the Walla Walla area.
If you're not a wine taster, there's other things to do. They have a very dry climate. It's very sunny over there. We saw a number of cyclists. Yeah. There's lots of rolling hills. So there's a lot to do. If you're not a wine drinker, you should still go check out Eastern Washington over Walla Walla Valley.
So until next time, remember to slow down and
enjoy the view.
Enjoy the view.
Bye.
Bye.
I'm ready to fly down 65, hit the coastline in the sunshine. I'm going to fly.
Delicious. The other thing that Walla Walla is pretty famous for The other thing that Walla Walla is famous in Washington for is they have a penitentiary. So that is kind of what they're on the map for in Washington. What do you know about the Whitman Massacre? Do you know anything?
Not really.
However, there is some great historical things in the local area. There was a Whitman family massacre, which every time we're like, we need to go out to that mission site and we need to wait for the car to drive by. This is getting old. And I'm going to shoot those cars. It's hard to get in the middle.
Right.
So I end up just doing it again. So one of these days when we are over there, we're going to check that information out and learn more about it. Pretty much, do you want to say that again because of the stupid car?
I think it's...
Okay. 4. The other thing that Ron and I have been over to Walla Walla twice now, and both times we've hit up the wineries. There is, however, some other historical things. Oh my gosh, those cars are killing me. So Ron and I have been over to Walla Walla twice now. Both times we focused on the wine tasting, but we've also both times thought we need to check out the local history, because in addition to great agriculture over there, they also are famous for a Whitman family massacre. It was back in the 1800s, I believe, and I'm going to shoot those cars. It's hard to like get in the middle.
Right.
So then I end up just doing it again.